704 on your Tuesday morning. Time to head to Studio B for Coleman and Company.
Well, hello everybody and welcome. Oh, what a frosty morning we have here today. And it's Veterans Day, of course. And we are on the air for Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. We'll be joining Justin Beasley, the Mount Juliet Communications Director, for a report from Mount Juliet this morning. But first, it's time for today's Health Minute brought to you by Vanderbilt Wilson. Do you know what's causing your asthma? Asthma is an inflammatory disease that causes the lining of your airways to swell and the muscles around them to tighten. Mucus then fills the airways and limits the amount of air that can pass through. Asthma can be triggered by more than just allergens, such as pollen or mold. Irritants from perfume, cleaning products, paint, and other air pollutants can cause a flare-up. Strenuous exercise, feelings of depression and anxiety, sensitivity to medicines such as aspirin and ibuprofen can also trigger your asthma. In addition, common respiratory infections such as the cold and flu or smoking tobacco can trigger the condition. If you are experiencing frequent wheezing, coughing, and shortness of breath, you may have undiagnosed asthma. For more information, visit VanderbiltWilsonCountyHospital.com. All right, again, here on this Tuesday morning, Veterans Day, we're going to be featuring the City of Mount Juliet and their Communications Director, Justin Beasley. So let's go to the phone. And, Justin, are you there?
Yes, sir, Coleman.
Good
As always. How are we doing this morning?
Oh, doing fine. I'll tell you, we had a big frost, and then my windshield got all fogged up with the sun shining in, and I had to pull off side of the road right outside my driveway and wait for it to clear up a little bit this morning. So just be advised. Of course, I'm able to cover my windshield at night. Got a plastic covering I put on it when I know it's going to frost, but even so, I still had some problems this morning. But anyway, we're here, and hopefully everything's going well with you wherever you are this morning.
Well, Coleman, you get a gold star for still putting in the work and effort to get in on Veterans Day. You know, us in the government world are off today, but I would be remiss if I didn't thank our veterans and those that have fought for our freedoms. You know, it's kind of fitting that you mentioned that, because yesterday it was snowing. It was in the 30s. It was very cold. Nobody wanted to be outside, and we had a Veterans Day memorial planned for those at our Veterans Wall that added their names to be inscribed at the clock tower. And when our city manager got up there, Kenny Martin said, "I'm glad we didn't cancel this, because, you know, I don't think our veterans ever canceled when the weather wasn't great for them. They fought so hard in such treacherous conditions." So kind of fitting that yesterday we had that for our veterans. Yesterday again at the clock tower, and just a really good ceremony, and just want to take time this morning to say, yes, the city of Mount Juliet's closed, as most local municipalities are around the state, but certainly Mount Juliet, with all the flags and American flags you see and all that we do to continue to recognize our patriots, we're super grateful for them. I speak on behalf of the entire Board of Commission and the city of Mount Juliet. I think America patriotism is at an all-time high in Mount Juliet, and we're going to continue to make sure that surge is going upward.
Yes, and we talked about it yesterday. We will have a Veterans Day parade and ceremony here, starting at parade at 10 and the ceremony at 11 o'clock at the courthouse and the Veterans Building that's there, and everybody's invited. Of course, it's free, and that's one of the things we'll be doing here today. But it looks like it's going to be a good day and going to warm up, and the sun is shining, although it's a little bit cold and frosty this morning. Did you have a meeting last night, Board of Commissioners meeting?
Yes, sir, we did. It was pretty quick. We had one item deferred that was going to be a probably larger ticket item, but we did have a workshop before that I would like to elaborate a little bit on. Your audience has heard me say it once, and he'll be saying it a couple of more times. We had a workshop concerning our new city hall. New city hall is not approved or fully funded yet. This is just still something that's in the works and the talks. I think our commission is doing due diligence and making sure that, I'm just now thinking about this. I'll say this on a much smaller scale than like a Nissan Stadium, but do we want to continue to put in money to refurbish and fix this, that, and the other at our Nissan Stadium, or do we want to build a new one that the citizens are proud of that's a little bit more maximizing our efficiencies per se? So right now we have a organization coming in and basically just laying out, hey, here's your pros and cons of if you get a new city hall. Here's the design. Here's the layout. Here's what it's going to look like as far as you continuing to build your staff and expand. Here's how it will fit those needs. Here's how these open meeting spaces and workrooms will continue to help you be more efficient in your day-to-day collaboration with certain departments and the public at large as well. So as we have done in the last couple of years, and especially with this commission staff, just turning over every stone just to make sure is this a worthwhile investment for the city. Don't have an answer, don't have a pulse on if this is likely to happen or not. I just think everybody's, again, doing their due diligence to make sure that we're making a responsible decision.
What about citizen input on this? Do you have a feeling for that at all?
I don't. In other projects that the citizens would use more, yes, but I can say something about the new police department. We had the groundbreaking and obviously the promotions that I believe we talked about on the program last time. But something that Tyler Chandler did, he kind of spearheaded that building. Is he didn't make it feel like a police office. When you walked in, it was open, it was warm, it was welcome. Sometimes, most of the times, when you go to the police station, it's not intended to be a great experience. Well, we've kind of flipped that on its head and want to invite the public to be able to have those conversations with our elected body. So I would say that this building right here, as it's constructed, that we might, move forward with, it's going to be inviting. It's going to be open to the public. It's not going to be this monarch or this statue that makes it an intimidating building. It's going to be more of one that's going to say, hey, how can we fit your needs? How can we service you? It's going to be clean. It's going to be friendly like Mount Juliet is, and that's the identity we want to use. So when it comes to the public, I would say that they're absolutely at the forefront of how that building is constructed, but also at the same time, I don't know how much that they're chiming in on it needs this, that, and the other. Really, it's just a government building. We've done great in the one we've had since 1993. It's an old bank building on North Mount Juliet Road. Obviously, got a great location, but the new one. I mean, you can only have so many bells and whistles when it comes to City Hall, especially with Kenny Martin, who's been very frugal, very responsible with our money as far as taxpayers are concerned. So all that goes into the formula when it comes to a new City Hall.
All right. Well, let me make sure I understand you here. You are going to have a new city hall of some description, right? There is some kind of building going to take place. You're just discussing how big and how grandeur or whatever. Is that right? Or is it possible that you won't do anything?
This is right now. I can say this is just brainstorming ideas. We have not committed to a new building. We are committing to the process of seeing what the pros and cons are.
All right.
But as far as voting and making sure this is going to happen, it's funded, where it's going to be, when it's going to be. Again, we are just in the very, very preliminary early stages. Nothing has been committed to yet.
Okay. All right. And
yes,
what else?
Question.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's a really good question. As far as that's what those workshops are for. The public is invited to those as well to be able to chime in and to be able to listen. But right now, I wouldn't even say we're in the genesis stages. We're well before that, just trying to understand the ins and outs of what this would mean for our city if we decide to go down this path, but nothing has been committed to.
Okay. All right. We got you there. Let's go ahead and take our break. Justin Beasley is my guest this morning. He's with us twice a month, Mount Juliet's Communication Director, and we've got a lot more to talk about after a break here on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
It is 7:14 on your Tuesday morning. Time to get another update on traffic. And with the very latest, here we go with a report that's brought to you by Bates Ford in Lebanon, where they have the low price tire guarantee on all tires they sell every day and up to 30 days after the sale as well. They'll beat any competitor's tire pricing on the tires they sell. That is at Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road in Lebanon, or call them at 444-8221. And with a check of traffic right now, here is Commander Chuck.
Good morning, THP. Still working this very serious accident out here in Wilson County right now. You're going to be out here for a while. 40 westbound near 231 there at Cumberland Street. Again, trying to get out of Wilson County, headed towards Nashville. It's been a little bit slow there because of that serious wreck on 40 westbound. Again, near Highway 231, Cumberland Street, as traffic gets a little bit heavier now. 65 southbound as you work your way down through Millersville. Hey, when you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
Where a patient starts their cancer care matters. And here, that means Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center, Wilson County. It's Vanderbilt level care without making the drive to Nashville. From screening to diagnosis to treatment and recovery, patients can get all the care they need right here close to home. So now, having the best care team and most advanced treatment is closer than ever. Vanderbilt Ingram Cancer Center, making cancer care personal.
This is Dave Pahanish. I'm so excited to be a part of the 4th annual Sips and Sounds, Thursday, November 20th at the Farm Bureau Expo in Lebanon, with my friends Terry Jo Box and James Slater for a night of songs and stories that support Wilson Rides Incorporated, a non-profit empowering older adults in Wilson County with safe, reliable transportation, food boxes, and community lunches. Get your tickets at wilsonridesinc.org or call 615-622-5557.
And we continue here on this Tuesday morning. The sun is shining, a frosty morning here in Middle Tennessee, but a great one, and going to be a great Veterans Day. And we are, of course, happy to have Justin Beasley with us, the Sporting Mount Juliet's communication director. I want to bring up something that I heard just a little bit about, Justin. It has to do not only in Mount Juliet, which you are responsible for to your limits, but also in Wilson County, that we've had IT director and technician that have lost their jobs, been fired. And I think there's a news release maybe that has come out from both Mount Juliet and Wilson County, but you're responsible for Mount Juliet. What's going on there that you can tell us?
Yes, sir. I certainly understand and appreciate the question. I know you're a journalist at heart that understands the lay of the land, and sometimes have to ask tough and pressing questions. Just to, as far as from where I'm concerned, just to be fair and balanced, as I have with all the media outlets that have reached out. The city has a prepared statement. If you don't mind me reading that.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. The city has separated employment with 2 employees from the IT department, including former IT Director Travis Taylor. Due to an ongoing investigation by the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, the city will not be providing further comment at this time.
All right. Short and sweet. One other thing.
I would like to say on something that has made the news. Unfortunately, as you saw, the Vanderbilt Lifelight on Saturday tragically went down. I know from what I've understood, 1 life has been lost. We echoed this at the City Hall Board of Commissioners meeting last night, and also on our Facebook pages with police and fire, that our thoughts and prayers are with those affected, those families, the gentleman who lost his life. That Vanderbilt has done such a good job, and its name precedes itself. You just hate to see something like that happen. But we, along with fire and police, we want to thank them for what they do and putting their life on the line every single day. And we're praying for those and the Vanderbilt family. I hope everybody joins us in that.
Has anything been released about the cause of the crash, what might have happened to the helicopter? Anything there that you can tell us?
I'm not certain. I haven't paid attention to those details. I admittedly don't watch the news as much as I used to. I do know that Vanderbilt yesterday released, I believe, a couple of names and individuals that I don't know off the top of my head. I just, I'm praying and sympathizing for just all of their families and everyone involved. I know that, something that is, just a peek behind the curtain. Lebanon Fire, Mount Juliet Fire, I'm sure Nashville Fire, they work with those men and women every day. So when I say pray for their families, pray for their friends as well, because they feel like family is as much time as they spend, so it's impacting them as well. And I just, something that Kenny Martin has taught us at the city is that, it's easy to say, we pray and we love those and our first responders, but I mean, every time Kenny Martin sees a first responder, and it's trickled down to me in my life, you thank them for their service and what they're doing, because you just don't know. Every day is a different challenge, and we just want to respect them and also certainly show our appreciation every time we get a chance to encounter them, just for the job that they do. And they make our community what it is. I mean, people don't move to Wilson County if you don't have all the resources and amenities around health and safety, and we've certainly got that. So when I say we've little slice of heaven in Mount Juliet, we certainly believe it because of all the resources that our Board of Commissioners have funded.
All right, I want to switch gears a little bit and bring up one other thing that is positive on for one school and not as positive for the other. But the Green Hill football team is still in the playoffs, having won their game, I believe, last Friday night. And you can tell us more there if you will.
Yes, sir. I actually got a chance to just go to this game as a fan. They played Smyrna. Smyrna was up 14-7, and then they had a really long play. And, Smyrna from Rutherford County, they play some big boy competition, so I was interested to see how Green Hill stacked up. But Josh Crouch and his team, they really scheduled a very, very tough slate early on. You're really starting to see it pay off. They won last week going away. I believe it was 49-14 maybe, but you talk about a team that got their first 6A playoff win ever after, I believe, 4 years the school's been in existence. Always had a good team, but just ran up against somebody that was really good. It seems like from Rutherford County. Got that first win, and then this Friday they were going to play Oak Ridge, but Oak Ridge went for it, backed up in their own territory, lost to Science Hill. So I believe Science Hill's coming to Green Hill, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm looking forward to the Hawks getting their second playoff win and get to the quarterfinals. They've got a really good team, really good coach, and really good quarterback, really good everything, honestly, good atmosphere at the school. So we're excited. Right now, that is, unfortunately, the only team. Mount Juliet High School has been the predominant favorite in the really Mount Juliet, Wilson County area for a while. But now, at least this year, that resides with Green Hill, and the whole city's behind them, rooting them on. Yes, sir.
Right. And Mount Juliet's Golden Bears had a rebuilding year. They had been dominant for a long time, but when you come along and split the talent, which is pretty much what they've done, I think there's so many football players there. And when you had one team, they had all of them that were zoned to that school, and then you get two schools there and you split the talent. It's amazing to me what Green Hill has been able to do, but it seems like maybe Mount Juliet has suffered a little bit due to their success, and I don't know more than that. But anyway, you got one that's still there, and I believe that's the only team in the county that has made it to the second round.
Well, Green Hill's got to strike while the iron's hot, I believe. And listen, I'm not entrenched into the sports world like I used to, but I think they have like 39 seniors, so they got some grown men on the team. And you look at Mount Juliet, I think they had around 4. So, I mean, naturally, you're going to have a team that's got, some bigger boys and some more experience. And I think that's what we'll certainly see pay off. I'll be interested to see how Friday works. I know TSSAA has changed the seedings and the pairings in the playoffs from what they have in years past. And I certainly think that is benefiting some of these teams that would normally play just a juggernaut off the top. I think it gives them a lot of chances to make a deeper state run. But Green Hills is taking a back seat to no one. They've got a really good team, and they've been battle tested. If they're playing their best ball, they've got as good of a shot as anybody in 6A, not named Oakland, at really making a deep playoff run.
Yeah, and it hurts us to have to say it, but I think they handed Lebanon its first loss this year, and really they hadn't been the same since. But let's move on to something else here. I know that Thanksgiving is just over the horizon, so to speak, and then December's here, and Christmas and New Year's and all of that. What anything big you expect to be happening in Mount Juliet government before the first of the year, and what's the next 6 weeks going to be like?
Yes, sir. So as far as our calendar events, I got it pulled up right here, and if you're driving and don't have it committed to memory, of course you can follow us on our Facebook City of Mount Juliet page. We've got this graphic listed there, but our Christmas tree lighting at Veterans Park is coming up. That will be actually next Tuesday, November 18th, from 5 to 7. Shiloh Baptist has helped us with that for the past few years, but we're going to have Santa pictures from 5 to 6. That is at the Clock Tower. Veterans Park is now what was the Clock Tower, and we're going to have games. We're going to have music. We're actually going to have something new this year. We're going to have a chance for the kids to make ornaments with the incredible Christmas place that's across the street. They're going to come over and help out with that. We're going to officially light the Christmas tree at 7 o'clock. We'll have some food trucks there and some coffee there for people to purchase. But we also want to encourage people, when you come to Mount Juliet, bring your friends and family, even that don't live in Mount Juliet, and support our brick and mortars as well. We want to make sure that we have a healthy balance there. But Christmas tree lighting, once again, Tuesday, November 18th. As far as the next big event in our city will be our Christmas parade, December 13th at 11 a.m. We have shortened that route this year to go from West Wilson Middle School down to the Chamber of Commerce on Division Street. And City Manager Kenny Martin said it last night, and we'll repost it on our city pages later this week. But the VIP staging area is basically going to be where the Clock Tower is, and that's where we encourage you to bring your kids to be able to get candy. We're not going to throw candy this year. Kenny Martin said it last night, with our city being paramount on safety. We're going to eliminate and try to enforce to the best of our ability no throwing candy. Now, we will be able to hand it out. We have some donors that have donated candy to the city for us to be able to do that, but just too many near misses and close calls, and a history where things have not been in our favor when it comes to safety. So we're going to make sure to do our best to our ability to make sure that safety is paramount with our Christmas parade, and that's what the change-up will be this year. But I'll also say this, Coleman, normally our Christmas parade is like, I think, 4 miles. One year it went somewhere around 4 miles. This year it's going to be, I believe, less than 2, but a total of 18 intersections were blocked off in the past couple of years each year. This year there will only be 5. So as far as the impact on traffic and the ability for people to move around in the morning and to shop at our local businesses will be drastically limited, as opposed to what it has been in years past, us obviously trying to be business friendly. So as far as our fire, police, and our city management getting all together to make sure that, one, we're safe, but two, we have just as much fun, if not more, than we have had in years past, we're going to make sure that both of those happen. And I'd be remiss to say Santa will be at the end of that parade route as well. So not everybody has to rush their cars and get home and bundle up. Hopefully we got good weather, but we also have a chance to visit Santa before they go home. So we think it's just going to be a great day in our city. And I know we're up against the break. Real quick, I'll say this. Our BPAC Christmas Lights Walk will be December 15th at 6 p.m. That'll be at Willoughby Station. We get together every year with our Bicycle Pedestrian Advisory Committee and also some citizens, elected body, city management, city staff, and anybody from the public that wants to come. And we walk. Last year it actually snowed, and we check out the Christmas lights in Willoughby Station. It's a great event. We got a full calendar of Christmas events. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. I just talked about 3 to 4 there. So be sure to check that out again on our City of Mount Juliet Facebook page.
All right, we're winding down here this morning, and I know that you have a special assignment. We won't say more than that, but I do want to wish you a very happy a special assignment you're about to embark on, and hopefully we'll have you back at the next appointed time. And I haven't paid a lot of attention to the calendar, but I guess that would be on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving. So have a great one, and we'll see you next time.
Yes, sir, Coleman. Thank you so much. Y'all do a great job. Y'all have a great week. Happy Veterans Day to everyone.
Justin Beasley, Mount Juliet's Communication Director. And that is part one of Coleman and Company, and brought to you, of course, by Vanderbilt Wilson County Hospital. Stay with us for more. You're on FM 98.9.
And we're coming up on 7:30 on your Tuesday morning. Time for another update on traffic. And this report is brought to you by Absolute Kubota, where you can write it off the lot and write it off your taxes. Visit Absolute Kubota and take advantage of the Section 179 tax deduction when you buy new Kubota construction equipment, tractors, RTVs, hay tools, or turf products. Absolute Kubota, 1506 West Main in Lebanon, or call 615-449-6171. And with another check of Tuesday morning traffic, here again is Commander Chuck.
Good morning. Cleaning up this wreck in Wilson County. It was a pretty serious crash on 40 westbound near 231. Again, it snagged all that traffic that's trying to get out of Lebanon this morning. Coming down I-40 here in Wilson County, westbound near 231. It's a little bit heavier than it was on 65 southbound through Millersville right now. Coming down from the north, starting to pick up pretty good. 24 west now through the Antioch area. All that traffic coming in from Murfreesboro, Rutherford County. When you need dependable towing for your car, big truck, call STR Towing and Recovery right here in Middle Tennessee. I'm Commander Chuck with your on-time traffic.
The refreshing cool after coming in from a hot summer day. The perfect temperature to kick off your shoes and relax with a good book. When the weather heats up, a new Rheem AC system will surround your family in total comfort. Are you feeling it? Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Financing available through TVA's Energy Right program and your local power company. Call Randy's Heat and Air 237-3604.
Rheem, the new degree of comfort.
Cedar City RV, your destination for all things camping. Whether you're looking for travel trailers, fifth wheels, or anything in between, Cedar City RV has you covered. We proudly offer top brands like Forest River, Palomino, Rockwood, Coachman, and more. Plus, expert service after the sale to keep you on the road with confidence. Financing is available, making it easier than ever to start your next adventure. Visit us online at cedarcityrv.com or stop by our location at 1102 Sparta Pike in Lebanon to explore new and previously enjoyed models today.
Fresh off a bye week, the Titans host the Houston Texans in Nashville this Sunday at Nissan Stadium. We get you up to speed before kickoff with Farm Bureau Health Plan's Titans Countdown at 11. Kickoff is at noon. Tennessee and Houston here on Titans Radio.
Brought to you by Bates Ford, the City of Lebanon Gas Department, Steve Moe Plumbing, and the Jewelers.
The Tennessee Titans on your sports leader in Wilson County, WANT FM 98.9.
We'll have mostly sunny skies, still cool today, but much warmer than what we had yesterday. Afternoon highs will be around 50. Partly cloudy tonight, lows in the upper 30s, and then sunny on Wednesday, highs in the mid 60s. This weather forecast brought to you by Walker Auction and Realty, professional auction and real estate services. Get top dollar for your home, land, or personal property. Log on to MikeWalkerAuctions.com. They know auctions. With your severe view forecast, I'm Storm Specialist Drew Richards.
We continue here. Welcome to part two of Coleman and Company here on a Tuesday. It is Veterans Day, and we're going right along, and we welcome Sean Dozier to talk about Hearthside Senior Living, 215 Castle Heights Avenue North. Good morning.
Good morning, Coleman. Happy Veterans Day to everybody out there.
What's Veterans Day like at Hearthside?
Well, last Thursday morning we took Connie Benzer. She's a 101-year-old Navy vet. She was honored at the Liberty State Bank breakfast at the fairgrounds Thursday morning. So her grandson and I took her to that breakfast, and they were glad to see her. I think she may be the oldest living World War II vet we have here in Wilson County. She's 101, and she's as spry as ever and doing great. And we took her, and she enjoyed being there. They honored her. Of course, they honored all the veterans. But we did that, and then today we'll honor 3 veterans, including Connie Benzer. Connie Benzer, she was in the Navy. Then we have Al Kent. He was in the Army. Many people know Al Kent from West Haven Baptist Church, and then he also was he also does puppets around town. Anyway, a lot of people know Al Kent. And then we have Bobby Reynolds. He was in the Army, and so we'll honor them today and show them our appreciation, and we're looking forward to doing that. When I first got there, Coleman, we had 6 or 7 or 8 vets, and now we're down to 3. So, we don't have as many as we used to, but we'll take time to honor them, and we'll appreciate their service. Sometimes we take them to the parade, but I don't know, maybe a little too chilly to get out for them today, but we'll see. Yeah. But we honor them, and we appreciate their service.
Well, the numbers probably go up and down, and in a year or two, you'll probably have half a dozen new ones.
We probably will. Probably will. But things are going great at Hearthside. We're full, and we've had several transitions over the last several weeks in our assisted living. A couple of people have gone to memory care. A couple of people have gone to skilled care. A couple of people are out in the hospital right now. So we've had a couple of transitions, and so we've been able to add 3 or 4 people to our census, and new residents are coming in. They're bringing in their furniture, bringing in their pictures, hanging them up, getting ready to move in November. So we're excited about having them. When people come in, I've told you this before, but give me a week or two, and you'll see a whole new person. We've had several of those over the last several weeks where they come in, they're a little nervous, a little apprehensive, and they're doing great, and just enjoying being there. And so again, sometimes we go several months without any transitions, but lately we've been having people leave and having people come in.
Mm-hmm. All right. What else? What else you need to tell us?
Well, I need to tell you that I don't know, Coleman. I don't know. I just want to say happy. You got me off guard here. You usually have some great questions that you can just.
Well, you have here lately been really explaining some of the very important points to consider when you're considering a facility, a home like you have.
Right.
And you have brought out some of the great reasons to choose Hearthside. I've thought you here late in the last 2 or 3 weeks, you have done a remarkably good job telling the Hearthside story.
Well, thank you. Hearthside is really a ministry first and a business second, but we really try to focus on the residents. We really try to focus on the families and people that have chosen Hearthside over the years, really because of 3 things. One is our customer service. We provide excellent customer service. Number 2, we try to communicate with our residents and our families. And then number 3, I think what really, I think makes us different is our compassion toward our residents and our families. We try to really put the residents first and profit second, and I think that really does make a difference when it comes to families feeling like they're getting not only a good price, but they're getting a fair price, and they're getting all of that wrapped with good customer service, communication, and compassion. And that's why, frankly, long before I got there, that's why we stayed full. That's why we continue to stay full. And people know that Hearthside is a trusted name here in Lebanon.
Well, and we've said this over and over and over again, and I've heard this expression all my life about being nickel and dime to death, and that just doesn't happen at Hearthside.
We don't nickel and dime you. We don't do a la carte pricing. We give you one price, and all that is included in one price, which includes, let me just go down the list, Coleman, real quick, before you get to your fabulous guest. We have, you get 3 meals a day, you get snacks, you get Wi-Fi, cable, toilet paper, towels, linens, housekeeping. You get activities. All that's included in one price. Also, you get your nurse medication. You get your nurse management, so you get your medication timely, which several communities charge for. So all that's included in one price, and we're proud to offer a fair. Coleman, our rates are very reasonable. In fact, I've started saying, I hope it's not a bad thing, but I've started saying we're affordable assisted living. Not cheap. Nothing's cheap in this world today, right. But we're affordable assisted living, and I think that's what sets us apart from many, many people.
All right, let's get to our Hearthside hello.
Well, I just wanted to go back, Coleman, and say a Hearthside hello to Bobby Reynolds, Connie Benzer, and my friend Al Kent. Those three veterans have served our nation, and I really appreciate their service. I appreciate everybody's service who is listening, who have served. My grandparents served. My grandfather was in the Navy. My other grandfather was in the Army. So I just really appreciate our veterans.
Well, we appreciate you, and thank you for being with us. We'll hopefully do it again next Tuesday.
See you, Coleman.
All right. That's Sean Dozier, Executive Director, Hearthside Senior Living, and we're about 21 before the hour. This is the Tuesday. We feature the Lebanon Special School District and the Director, Brian Hutto. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Coleman. How are you?
I am doing well, and it's good to see you again.
Yeah, we're excited. We missed you last time, but Kurt Baker, he did a great job. We held it together somehow, but we definitely missed you.
And you do have a guest this morning. I'll let you introduce the guest whenever you get ready.
Yeah, excited. We've got Miss Heather Sadler-Gallagher, our board member, board chair for Lebanon Special School District. She's joining me this cold, chilly morning, but we want to echo Mr. Dozier as well. To all of our veterans, we appreciate their service. I have family members as well, and I know Miss Heather does as well that are doing their service, and so we're glad to be here today.
Heather Sadler-Gallagher, welcome to Coleman & Company.
Good morning. How are you?
I am fine. I don't know what you were doing the last time you were here, whether you were representing the school system or I guess the last time probably the Senior Citizen Center. But anyway, it's nice to see you.
It's nice to see you. I feel like I'm at home in this seat.
Well, Brian, get us started.
Sure. We had board meeting last night. So this morning, we'd like to just give you a rundown of the board meeting, those happenings, but also brought Miss Heather here today because we have an election coming up. And you and I have discussed it. Those details are ironed out, and we want to make sure that we get that communicated out. But board meeting, we had a couple of business items. First one relates to today, but the board has to pass a resolution making an election take place, or asking for an election take place. So they did that process. And then the second one, there's a local education agency compliance report. That's a lot of words, LEA report. It basically says Lebanon Special is in compliance with all state and federal guidelines, and we approved that as well. But before we did all of that, Coleman, we had a really special student spotlight. Need to do a shout out for Walter J. Baird. We have an archery team. Did you have archery when you were in school?
No.
No, I didn't either.
Unless somebody brought their bow and arrow.
I didn't either, but Miss Stiggins at Walter J. Baird brought some of her students, and they went through the archery program and the practices, and they even gave us a demonstration. So I'm going to shoot a picture, middle schoolers, demonstration of archery. They did that in the cafeteria on the practice mats. But Heather, jump in here. It was really neat.
Listen, it was incredible to see. We had three students that presented to us in a very professional manner, explained to us it's not just shooting a bow and arrow. They are learning some really incredible skills. And I'll tell you what really impressed me the most was when they go to state competition, there's 200 middle schoolers that line up on one line, and they shoot bows and arrow for 2 minutes. It's completely quiet. I just can't imagine 200, but I saw pictures of it last night, and they shoot for 2 minutes, and it was an incredible thing to see. And then the students did an excellent job in the cafeteria to show us their skills. So I was thoroughly impressed.
These are 7th and 8th graders?
6th, 7th, and 8th?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
6th, 7th, and 8th. We had 8th graders last night, and I wish I know 2 of their names, but the third one's left me. But they did a great job.
Honestly, we do student spotlights every month, but this one was very interactive. It got us out of our seats too, so sometimes moving us, and so it was a really cool experience. But then the best part I can tell you is that Pam Sampson's over there because they're having to score. She's like, well, they're using those math skills, so they did a really good job. So it was incredible to see. And I think it's in the second year. This is only the second year we've had archery, so it's a newer program, and it was impressive. So
does that mean maybe as they get into high school and leave LSSD that will have that, or maybe
hopefully
we already have it.
Hopefully, one of the teacher indicated there are scholarships for this, and so that's still that picture is hard to. Well, it's not hard to see, but it's really impressive when you see 200 kids. They're back to back. They're shooting simultaneous. This isn't taking turns. This is they hear a whistle and they take off. But they have college scouts that come and watch, and so we're really excited to see how it flourishes. But it was a new thing to be able to see that.
You'll have to talk to Mr. Luttrell.
Well, one of the parents, I actually had a conversation with her right at the end, and her daughter is on the school team, but she's joined another team outside of it. So, like we have club soccer and we have rec soccer. Apparently, there are other teams of archery, and so she's joined that as well. So, hopefully the county will. We need somebody to sponsor it, but that'd be great. Yeah.
Okay. We got about a minute before we go to a break. You got something in fill a minute here with?
Yeah, real quick. Career Quest is happening today, and we'll lump onto that after the break. But adding into college scholarships with partnership with Wilson County, Career Quest is out at the expo. All of our 8th graders will attend, and all the 8th graders from Wilson County. And basically every business, every industry in Wilson County sets up a booth, but then all the CTE programs at Lebanon High School set up. So it's a great preview for 8th grade students of what they're going to see in high school, but also to help them say, what might I want to do? What's available? So we'll jump back into that when we get back.
Okay, time for a break here on Coleman & Company, FM 98.9.
7:45 on your Tuesday morning. A check of traffic for you now, brought to you by Bates Ford of Lebanon, where they have a special on an oil change up to 5 quarts of oil, $39.95. Check it out today at Bates Ford, 1780 Franklin Road in Lebanon, or call 444-8221. And with an update on your Veterans Day morning traffic, here again is Commander Chuck.
Good morning. Still working with this wreck out in Wilson County. It's been a mess out here on 40 westbound near Highway 231. Again, near Cumberland Street, it's had traffic really slow trying to get out of Lebanon on 40 westbound. As they finish up the details of this accident, it was pretty bad. 24's gotten heavier up through the Antioch area coming in from Murfreesboro. I still see slow traffic 65 south, especially around Millersville, trying to get down past the 101 mile marker. When you need dependable towing for your car or truck, call STR Towing and Recovery. I'm Commander Chuck. You're on time traffic.
Together in faith and care. This is Sean Dozier at Harshside Senior Living. Since 1994, Harshside has been focused on its residents for the glory of God and the enjoyment and security of all its residents. This mission, expressed initially by Dr. Jimmy Morris, continues to guide us today. Located in the heart of Lebanon, our respected, locally owned, nonprofit assisted living community offers a warm and welcoming environment. Schedule your tour today. Contact us at 615-443-1994.
What is your passion? How can you use that passion to enrich your community? Hi, this is Melanie Minter, President and CEO of the Lebanon-Wilson County Chamber of Commerce. Your chamber is the resource for making connections to fulfill your passion. Whether education, nonprofit, agriculture, entertainment, or government relations, Wilson County offers a place for you to be involved. Your chamber connects businesses, individuals, and your passion to the community. We have an enthusiasm for excellence. Join us and catch the spirit. Call or visit our office at 149 Public Square in Lebanon.
We went to a swim meet the other day, and there's
Coleman & Company, thanks for joining us here on this Veterans Day. The sun is shining. It's terrific Tuesday, and we're glad to have you with us. And, of course, glad to have Brian Hutto, along with the chairman of the board for the Lebanon Special School District, Heather Sadler Gallagher, and they're both with us. So pick it back up.
Sure. We'll jump back on to Career Quest. Once again, it really great opportunity. So when we talk about students, and the board, the school district, we're all about student outcomes. So what's the end goal? And we want to produce and help support students that can do anything and everything that they want to do. We talked about athletics. We've talked about archery. Career Quest gives them that end in mind. This is there's a lot of things that they didn't even know. So I had an opportunity to tour Journeys the other day, and when you look in that facility and you see what they're able to do and the product that they move, for students to be able to see this is what Journeys is, this is what they do, this is how they support workers, and so we'll do that with all across the county. So really excited about that today. Once again, we'll get to go over and jump. Have a host of veterans assemblies today. We, of course, did our shout out to that, but really excited for students to be able to see the services that have been sacrificed for them. So we'll do that as well. But one of the big items we want to talk about today, and Miss Heather can jump in here as we go, is we've got a board election coming up. Right. Well, it's petitions can get picked up soon, but the board's made some important moves, and we want to make sure we share that information and dates and contacts and all of those things. So, Ms. Heather, you want to jump in there?
I think the biggest thing that that we've done is we've changed our board from 3 to 5. At the Tennessee School Board Association, Lebanon Special was the smallest school board in the state, and we're in their handbook that we're the smallest. Most school boards were 5, 7, 9, and so this just with the growth we've had in our area, we felt like it was best to vote to go from 3 to 5. Also, it puts us at a better place if somebody's not at a meeting to make sure we have a quorum. When you only have 3, it's vital that you have people there, and so we'll feel like that changing it to 5 helps. We've also changed it to zones. I can tell you that when you run for school board and you're running for a whole city, it's a lot. It's like the mayor, because that's how much you're covering, and so we've changed it to the zones, and they more reflect our elementary school zones and how we've got our kids zoned. So we've changed from all at large to zones. So I was an at-large member, and now I'll be changing to Zone 5. So we work with the City of Lebanon on their mapping to get all of the mapping done, and this has been a long process, about a year and a half to get all of this together, but we've worked with the Election Commission to make sure all our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, and so we're now ready to have members in the community that want to run, to pull petitions to run for office.
Well, what about the incumbent members of the board? Are they automatically continue, or who's up for election? How
the only one that is not up for election would be me. So I'm Zone 5, so I'm not up for election. So it just continues with my service. The other 2 board members' seats were up for elections. So when they're up so we've now made their positions into a zone, and they're up for election.
So there will be 4 people then that will be running for school board.
Absolutely.
The other 4, we call them zones or districts?
They're zones.
So there'll be 4 of the 5 zones will be running in. And when is this going to be?
They can pick up petitions starting December 22nd. The qualifying deadline is February 19th. Early voting starts April 15th, and then the general election is August 6th.
Okay, so this will have nothing to do with the primary that's coming up.
It does. It can have something to do with the primary, but the primary, this allows you go through the primary and then to the general election. But to sign up for the primary, you have to meet all the qualifying deadlines for the general election.
Okay.
So if you're gonna pull papers, and if you're gonna pull a political side, you have to go through the primary process.
And then if you're in the primary, you have to declare either Republican or Democrat.
Right.
So.
And then the next step would be the general election if you win your primary.
Well, I want to make sure I understand. If you've got, can there be one person? What are the four zones?
Zone 1 and 3, and 2 and 4 are open.
Okay, so I'll just say somebody wants to run as a Democrat in Zone 1. Somebody else runs as a Republican in Zone 1, and they're the only 2. They get nominated, one Republican, one, then they'll square off then in the general election?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That's correct.
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Continue. No, I'm glad you asked the questions. This will make the school board a bigger school board, and then also it gives us the zones to be able to represent our zones a little bit closer. We couldn't quite align with how the city council does it, but our zones are pretty close to those, because the Lebanon Special school, actually the zones go outside of the city limits.
Right.
So it's but we worked really hard to make sure that everything was kosher on how it was divided, and is as closely divided as we could to our 5 elementary schools.
Well, a lot of people probably don't remember the old 10th district years ago when we didn't reapportion or whatever very often, and the 10th district was pretty much the city of Lebanon. But the Lebanon has grown, and that has changed a little bit. But pretty much the Lebanon 10th District schools are the old Lebanon 10th District, and some of that is in the city now and some isn't. And this presented some problems, I'm sure, some logistics that you had to.
It did. It did, and really our problems, and that's why we appreciate the Election Commission. One of the things they had to do was go through, and they have to geocode all of those voters. And so one of the things that'll come out prior to Thanksgiving, that's the goal, is you'll get your voter registration card, you'll get an updated card, you'll get the pamphlet explaining the election. So there's another information piece that we want people to make sure they check their mail for. That'll tell them what zone they're in. And of course, you can go to our website. We have our map posted. It's on the board resources, and it's color-coded. It lists the map. It shows the zones. And if you're looking at like a clock, zone 1 would live around 11, and then it works its way around, and there's one sort of centered. But they're all equal as far as population, so yeah.
Well, no doubt this is new. There's going to be a lot of questions. What's the best way to get maybe a capsule view of the whole thing? You've got a website or somewhere you go to?
Yeah, that'd be head to the website. These resources, we've got a promotional flyer, we've got an informational flyer. The board members have their contact information. More than willing to answer any questions. Of course, our emails and the phone. If you just reach out, and if you have questions, I know they're eager to talk through it.
Yeah, on the website where it has the flyer, it has all the board members and has their email addresses. Send us an email. We'd love to sit down and talk to you. I had somebody ask me last night, okay, what is it really like to do this? And so we'll be glad to. We want more voices. We want more eyes, and that's what we're aiming for.
Well, it's a little early, but I'm just wondering what kind of dialogue, what kind of feedback maybe you've gotten so far. Is it just mostly people asking questions, or has there been any real criticism, or anybody saying that it's really hard to understand? I doubt that it is once you really get into it, but
I think the most of it's been the questions of the 3 to 5 and how the zones work. But once you see the map, it's pretty self-explanatory of where you live and where the zones are. From my standpoint, all I've heard is, well, I think that's great. It's about time that we have a larger board, and so I'm excited to see who in our community steps up and serves. Being a school board member is a servant position for sure, and so I'm excited to see what leaders step up.
You are the current chairman of the board.
Yes, sir.
And what is going to happen after we have the general election next August? You'll have you and 4 new members. Do you kind of start all over? Will you continue to be the chairman?
So the chairman position is voted every September. So once they're sworn in, then one of the first duties is to elect a chairman and a secretary. So Joel Thacker is the current secretary of the board, and I'm the chairman of the board. So we have 2 positions. I will say that adding more board members allows us to have committees. And we've not been allowed to have committees because of the Sunshine Law and things like that. So this will let us have committees and with 5 board members. So a committee could be a budget committee. A committee could be an HR committee. A salary committee. It could be a parent committee. So it allows us to be able to have some committee work too as well. Other boards have a lot of committees. We're just not with 3 or aren't we can't have committees with 3.
But really none of this takes place until after the election in August.
Right.
So really I guess we're talking about September the 1st.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. September 1st of next year.
Of next year. But there's a lot of work that goes into before you get to that September 1st. So and that's why we want to get out there and explain what the process is and answer any questions. But like I said, Joel Thacker, Mark Tomlinson, and myself our emails are on there. Give us a email and let us call you and let's talk about it. If you got some questions, we'll be glad to.
Right, and one other thing one of us should probably mention here. I mean, we have a great election commission here in Wilson County, and I'm sure that they'd be happy to answer questions too, as well as any of y'all.
Tammy and her team are excellent. I can tell you, as a first-time person to run, I questioned a lot of things often, and they were very kind and answered. The election process it's a tedious process, no matter if you're running for any office in the state of Tennessee, and it's supposed to be that way. But Tammy and her team do an excellent job walking you through and helping you.
Well, I'm glad we could spotlight this morning and get it out here and people something to expect for many, I'm sure, to look forward to, and somebody's going to get a lot of questions, no doubt. But that's part of their job to answer questions, which includes the two of you.
Sure, and we're happy to answer those questions. We're excited about this process. Proud of the board that really worked hard to get this done, and we just want to be a resource and any support we can provide.
I promise this was not easily done. This involved the state legislators. It's a long process, but it is one I feel like is worth the end goal. So.
Well, it sounds like you've got it all pretty much under control. Not just a matter of as deadlines come and people qualify and we have the elections and so on.
That's it.
We got about 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Coleman, we appreciate you letting us do this. Highlight of my Tuesday is getting to start it with you, so appreciate the time.
Well, thank you very much. Brian Hutto and Heather Sadler Gallagher with the Lebanon Special School District, and that is it for a Tuesday, and a happy Veterans Day, and until tomorrow, I wish you a terrific Tuesday.